Today we are going to be making a paper bag penguin, and you can see that I've already started. I started by putting with a marker my name and class in the lower corners of the bottom of the bag. Then I flipped it over, and using my black paint and a paintbrush, I simply painted the bag. And it was okay that I ran off on the edges because we're going to be painting on this painting paper. Well, we take it to the drying rack. We start on the bottom row. The next student should put theirs on the next row and all the way up, not skipping any rows from the bottom all the way to the top. While our paper bags are drying, we're going to go ahead and make the details of the penguin. A good thing to do in art is if you have to make two of something, you should fold your paper in half first. And then you can take a pencil and draw on here. Now when you make one, you're actually going to be making two. We're going to be making an oval today. An oval is a really long circle. And I like to draw it a couple times for pretend, then touch the paper. You have to use the whole paper. You don't want to leave much space at the top and bottom or the sides. Look how big my oval is. If you mess up and draw it small like that, just erase it and draw it again, okay? Set that to the side. We're going to be folding our paper, our white paper in half too, because we're going to be making eyes out of it. Now I'm using this large marble that I have at home, but you could use anything, a milk carton lid, bottle caps, and so I'm going to provide you with something to trace, and you're going to trace the two eyes by folding your paper. We are going to do the same thing for our feet. We're going to fold that large orange paper in half. And part of this lesson is learning how to use everyday items at home to help you with your art. And so we're going to be using the bottom of a bowl today, of a food container. And we're going to trace for our penguin's feet. The next thing we're going to do is take that small orange paper and fold it in half as well. And this will be for the beak. We're going to draw a line from the corner all the way down and a line from the corner all the way down. And now we've made this nice little triangle for our penguin's beak. Now what we are going to do, artists, is cut out all of those shapes that we just made. So don't unfold it, leave it folded. When we use scissors, we don't want to cut small like a mouse. We want to open up those scissors and chomp like an alligator, because this is the part of the scissors that's sharp. So we're going to chomp like an alligator. Big chomp, chomp. Slowly, right on the line. We take our time when we're cutting. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Cut right here because we didn't draw anything there. We want our penguin beak to be able to open and shut just like a penguin's. Now that our paper sack has had a chance to dry, we're going to go ahead and paint the next side of it. If you flip over your bag, we don't want to paint over our name, so you're just going to fold that part under just like that. We're going to take our paint and paint our bag. Rest your brush on your paper plate, and now you're going to take this whole project again, paper and all, and put it on the drying rack, starting from the bottom up. Don't skip any rows. For your dirty brush, there's going to be a bowl of water in the back sink. You need to put your brush in the water and give it 1, 2, 3 swirls, and then just leave your brush resting in the cup, and I will take care of it from there. Now our bag has dried again on the drying rack, And so it's time to open it up so we can paint those white sides that we couldn't get done. We're gonna go ahead and just open up the bag nice and slowly. The paint might stick together on the edges, so you don't wanna go too hard and rip your bag. Take your time and just pry it right apart. We're gonna be using that same bowl that we used earlier to stick down in there. And this is how we're going to hold this so that we can paint still. If you put your hand in there and spread out your fingers, it will hold that in position for you. And now you can kind of have something to rest on while you're painting the side of your bag. We can't put these on the drying rack today, so we're gonna go ahead and just pinch this from the top where we didn't paint and move it to the back table. You can leave the plastic container right inside your bag. You're gonna want one full sheet of newspaper and open it up all the way. All I did was crumple it very loosely. Don't do it too tight. Now I'm gonna go ahead, and the bag had a line right there. If you just pinch that together, and you pinch that together, you're gonna fold this over. 1, 2, 3. So that's what it looks like after you're finished folding the bag. We're gonna take our two eyes and draw the pupils on them. Now you're gonna take your Sharpie, and if you just pretend to draw your circle and then draw it, you'll be a little bit better. But if you're nervous to do that, you can use the tip of a marker. Don't use Sharpie, you'll get it all over the marker. You're gonna use pencil first, and see, look, I made a little mistake. So if I would have done it with Sharpie, that would have been bad. But now that I've done it with pencil, I can go back and erase my mistake. And now just fill them in. We're going to be using Elmer's glue today to add on the details. When you use Elmer's glue, you want to untwist the cap, and just like ketchup at home, we shake it upside down. 1, 2, 3 times. Now the glue is at the top where it's supposed to be. The first thing we're going to actually glue on today is the round belly for the penguin, and we're going to use a cupcake liner for that. It's going to go right there on the bag, kind of right down here at the bottom. We use a rule in art called dot, dot, not a lot. So you don't squeeze the glue on. You dot, dot. Put this right here on the bottom. And anytime you use Elmer's glue, you should hold it down for a few seconds so it will stay. I like to count to 10 very slowly in my head. Before we set our penguin back up, we are going to go ahead and add his feet. And so again, dot, dot, not a lot. Now we're going to add our wings, and they're going to kind of hang off to the side. So again, we only want to put glue right here on the top. We're going to put glue on the back of the beak. Artists, there is your finished paper bag penguin. Good job today, artists. I forgot to mention while we were doing the penguin that when you are finished with your glue, you need to twist that cap, and you can even use just a scrap piece of paper and clean the tip off.